Hello!
Yo!
How's it going?
It is going.
So I need Mahomes to put up like 40 points again tomorrow if I have any chance of beating you, right?
I'd rather he didn't. If I had a say in the matter.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, I don't know. It's going to depend on Miles Sanders and Sam Frandy. You might not. We'll find out. And whether Devontae Adams plays, although I do have a nice replacement in Todd Gurley.
True.
So, yeah, I got a decent game. I mean, there's a really good chance that we're the top two scorers, which is really annoying.
Right? That is the fucking worst.
We might basically have it locked down.
Yep.
That we're going to be the top two scorers. So, that's great. You gotta love it when one team has to lose. Because they're playing each other.
That's usually how it works, though.
That is not true.
I mean, I feel
it almost never happens.
I'm sure that I only remember it because these are the memorable situations, but I feel like every week it's like, yeah, there's three guys that scored, 140 points. Two of them played each other, and everyone else scored like 90 to 100.
This year, we have not had a single top scorer playing second best scorer. We haven't even really had the top scorer playing like a top four team yet. This will be the first week where a team gets screwed because they had to play a ridiculously high scoring team.
And that team's me.
Hey.
Oh.
How does it feel, Lucas? Although it might be me if Patrick Mahomes balls out, and you probably shouldn't count yourself out yet.
I mean, like...
We also don't know if Devontae Adams is going to play yet. Like, he probably
I got
will.
Gurley, baby! If
Uh,
Adams is out, I've got a replacement who's definitely less valuable, but, honestly not that big of a drop-off. I was very fortunate that I looked up Devin Singletary and his value, and, a majority of experts wanted to start Devin Singletary over Todd Gurley. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. And then I was like, oh, wait! I probably should have been starting him anyway, because then Gurley would have been a perfect backup in case Devontae couldn't go. So, yeah.
it happens.
It's a thing.
Da-da-da-da-da. It's a thing.
And we're going to talk about many things on episode 115 of the Voluntary Viewing podcast, recorded on October 4th, 2020. Today on the podcast, we have Ryan, Spooky Scary Skeletons, Hulks.
Send shivers down my spine.
I'm actually seeing a lot of remixes in advertising and stuff for that song, so I think it's mainstream now. We made it happen. We brought it back.
No! The thing I like is mainstream.
Ryan's a normie now.
I'm normcore.
I woke Jade up with that song the other day.
That's amazing.
Because every fucking morning, I get up, I have an alarm, or I'll just get up on my own, and Jade just won't. So I woke up, ate breakfast, had some coffee, got some work done, and it was getting later, and I was dressed and had already been showered. So I came in with my phone and started playing the remix and dancing.
Did you
was not happy with
the
that.
skeleton dance?
What is the skeleton dance?
I think no, not the remix version, maybe the original version. It has I think it was a Disney movie, and it had a section where they animated a bunch of skeletons dancing. So
I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, they kind of do a line dance where they're pumping their arms up and down and stuff. It would have made me laugh if I was Jade.
I'll have to look it up.
Learn it. Learn the choreography. 5, 6, 7, 8. Spooky, scary skeletons.
There is a version where that is you shooting your shot, Ryan. You know, Andrew,
Yeah.
if we were dating, I would have laughed if you woke me up with the spooky, scary skeletons dance.
I'm just super subtle about it. Andrew, yeah, like, I would totally appreciate that. Like, I'd probably laugh a lot. I'd be more enthused. I don't know. JK,
Yeah,
unless...
Andrew, like, if you, like, woke up early and you left me in bed and, you know, like, made some coffee and came and woke me up with a dance, like, I would really appreciate that.
Dude, like, I think that...
And I'm
like,
sure Jade would never appreciate you the way that I could.
Yeah, like, I think she kind of, like, goes over her head, so, like, I don't know, man. Maybe... yeah, it's crazy. JK, unless...
Jade's probably a little too normy for you, Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew, I think Jade's poisoning you, making you more and more normie. When I called you normcore, that was supposed to be a wake-up call. I was trying to get you to
Jade's a
seek
toxic
help.
personality.
Yeah, her toxic personality of being a normal human being, not a deranged psychopath. God damn it.
For the record, the Voluntary Viewing podcast 100% ships Jandrew. We support that. But also on the podcast today,
Arian.
Not Randrew.
Nope,
Arian.
yeah, Arian.
I don't like it. I don't like that.
I don't like it either, but it popped into my head. I was like, what would our couple name be? Oh, God. Oh, no. I didn't think it would be that.
this is off to a fantastic start. Also on the podcast today, we have a man who, for Halloween, is almost certainly going to be a horse in a hospital. Andrew Clark.
A horse in a hospital. That is a reference that I do understand, but I want you to tell everyone just to, like, make sure.
Did you get the same video recommended to you that I did, Lucas, on YouTube? That was a compilation of John Mulaney TikToks.
Absolutely.
Okay, because I did, and I watched it, and I was like, yay.
The reference here is that at one point in his career, I believe on a Netflix special about a year ago, John Mulaney described the Trump presidency as there being a horse in a hospital. Kind of, there's a chaotic energy to this administration that I think we can all agree on. And that's the metaphor he used to sum it up. And now Donald Trump is literally in a hospital.
Ew.
Yeah, that's the joke.
And he's not as
He's
healthy
sick
as
as
a
a
horse. There you go. We both made the same... God damn it. We stepped on each other. I think your version was
We
better.
finish each other's.
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
We're so quirky. Zoe Deschanel. I ship Arian.
Lol, random.
And then last but not least, I am Lucas the writer, and I am both frustrated and inspired by the fact that we don't actually know what the song and dance known as the Monster Mash are.
But it was a graveyard smash.
It was, but it is...
It didn't... Wait, Lucas, are you telling me that word didn't get around the graveyard? There was a communication barrier, and the people in the graveyard weren't properly communicating their love for the Monster Mash?
You know what? Within the context of the song, yes.
Oh, no. Someone needs to write an expose.
I should have researched this more before coming onto this podcast, but if neither of you have seen the music video where it is the singer for the Monster Mash doing it on an Ed Sullivan-esque talent show thing, a variety show, that was the word I couldn't think of in the moment, variety show, he is going ham, and you deserve to check it out.
Yeah. I just realized that basically my name, if I'm the second name in a couple's name, is always bad. Like, I'm Arian with Andrew. We're probably Lion, Lucas. If I'm the second name, like just Lion.
I would go with Rucus.
I know, but if I am the second name, like, it's pretty much always a negative.
I mean, like, you know what? I'm fine with Lion being our couple name. Just got a fucking majestic animal on a coat of arms that is our relationship. I'm into
Or
it.
you're lying.
Well.
I wasn't picturing a majestic animal. No, I was thinking more lying. We're liars. Because we're performers.
Yeah. Oh, and that's why
performance is nothing but artful lying.
And that's why we would never work, Ryan. I'm sorry. We are both too chaotic energy.
We're coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
We just really make things awkward, and like we don't have an HR department. Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably for the best.
I can be HR too. Like, I don't know. I invented, the marketing for voluntary viewing. I can be HR too. If
marketing,
you want.
HR.
Are we shouting that out at the top of the pod?
Maybe.
Sure.
All right. Everybody, Voluntary Viewing has an Instagram account now. Andrew, tell them about it.
On our Instagram account and also on our Twitter and YouTube, we've been posting some highlights from the last couple months of the podcast, trying to get some fun content out there, get the podcast into little bite-sized pieces to pique your interest. And that way, as the plan goes, you'll listen to 1 minute of the podcast, laugh very hard, and then listen to the full 90 minutes of every week the podcast comes out.
With the
Plus, the collective 3 to 4 hours of quarantine cast.
So much content.
You can find us on Instagram at Voluntary Viewing. That's it. Voluntary Viewing.
can't believe
That's
that
it.
was available.
That's the tweet.
That's it. That's the tweet. Also on Twitter at V2_podcast with the handle being Voluntary Viewing Podcast. Or on our YouTube channel, which is, you guessed it, Voluntary Viewing.
You know what I'm going to do?
We don't have a Facebook because Facebook, if it's not dead yet, it should be.
You know what I'm going to do, Andrew?
I don't know. Maybe we'll make a LinkedIn.
You know what I'm going to do? The most recent one we put out.
What are you going to do?
Enter the Muskmobile. Perhaps the magnum opus of this podcast. I'm on my Twitter right now. And I am typing at Elon Musk.
He's not going to like this.
Reply. No.
Even if he sees it, we're relentlessly shitting on him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if he says...
You're like, look at this fucking idiot.
And if he says this is garbage, that is more beneficial to us than him liking it.
But he's not going to say this is garbage publicly. He's just going to ignore it because it's bad and making fun of him.
Have you seen Elon Musk on Twitter?
I have, yeah.
He will let people know if this is garbage.
Okay.
Ooh, if you type in Muskmobile in YouTube, it is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th
Wow.
result.
What beat us out?
There's a lot of Musk Mobile. It's using like phone.
Yeah, like things about phones or the Cybertruck.
Huh.
I'm not actually finding it.
Oh.
Oh no, I have it as the third result.
Yeah, I listened to it, so yeah, it's
Really?
number 3 for me.
Yeah.
Huh.
I also have viewed it. So it says there's 3 views, so there you
Yeah.
go.
Hey, one for each of us.
We're on our
no, that's a good
way.
Wait, so Andrew is the social media coordinator, the head marketer,
Head of HR, don't forget
Yeah,
that.
apparently head of HR now. Lucas is host,
Hey.
like lead audio engineer, sound editor, shit like that. And then I'm just talent.
Featured guest Ryan Holtz.
Yeah.
Put that on a resume.
Ryan's the face of the podcast.
Right? I feel like I'm just literally the talent and I need to start acting like a diva because I don't have to wear any other hats. And you guys are like producers and marketers and all sorts of other shit. And I'm just like, I show up and I fucking grace.
We're the ones that do all the work. We're the ones that do all the work, and then when it blows up, you're the one that runs away with the podcast.
I grace
Keeps all the money.
this audio medium with my comedic genius.
I said no purple M&Ms. I don't even know where you found these.
Yes, it feels like, Lucas, you sought out a new color of M&M just to annoy me.
Is this? These are just regular M&Ms with purple lead paint.
Lucas, you come at the king, you best not miss.
Well, you already ate like 8 of them, so I think I'm good. Give it a few hours.
Just fucking die. Oh, man.
All right, that was a terrific break, and that will take us into News of the Week.
Yeah.
None of us have played the old Spider-Man game, but a couple of us were...
Old Spider-Man, like 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Like 2018 Spider-Man.
Ancient. But a couple of us are thinking about picking up this game for the next generation consoles, and if we do, Peter Parker is going to have a new face, and that's weird.
This is actually weirdly personal to me. My landlord, when I first moved out here, I rented a room from him. He had a former tenant who was like an actor, singer, like ran in a lot of those circles. Mm-hmm. And one of his friends was the performance capture actor for Peter Parker in the Spider-Man video game.
Oh, God.
So they're replacing
like 2 years
his
ago?
face. Yeah.
Why are they replacing him?
I don't know. Maybe I should reach out to that guy.
Why are they putting all this work into doing that?
To make him look more like Tom Holland.
Yeah, but...
It doesn't really look like Tom Holland either, though.
Sure, does it look more like Tom Holland than the last one? Yeah, but it's not Tom Holland, so what's the point of doing this?
This is the version of the game I'm going to play, too, because I bought the Spider-Man Ultimate Edition or whatever.
Think about how fucking pissed off the original actor must be.
I know. I was like, I wonder if I should reach out to that guy and be like, how's your friend doing?
Was he like problematic? Like, did they replace him because he like did some shit, or did they just like, we're trying to capitalize on that Spider-Man Far From Home money? We got 75% of Tom Holland's face.
They don't even mention the performance capture actor on this.
Mm-hmm.
So.
How could they not? That's the whole point of the fucking story. They just took this dude out of the game.
Yeah. No fucking clue, man.
They're like, oh yeah, like we removed the facial capture and the voice for the Kratos in the old God of War, and in the new one we replaced him with someone who looks kind of like Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Not Gerard Butler, but like he looks kind of like him.
The voice actor is Yuri Lowenthal.
Mm-hmm.
They got a like 50-year-old dude to do Peter Parker.
What?
Yuri Lowenthal is kind of up there as far as voice actors go. He
But still.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't have gotten anyone even a little younger? I don't know. It's Peter Parker. He's supposed to be a fucking high schooler. Why do they keep it casting like full-grown adults like Tom Holland?
I think this one's he's supposed to be like a grown-ass adult.
Well, and then,
really?
Isn't he?
Yeah, and then that was, I think, maybe a legitimate criticism of this change within the narrative I saw, where it's my understanding the story is that Spider-Man has been doing this for a while, and because of that, Peter Parker's life is falling apart. Like, he's supposed to be in his late 20s in this game, not...
Yeah, that dude on the right looks about 18.
Yeah.
Like,
that is a high
face
schooler.
Looks... Well, exactly, because Tom Holland was like, they kind of nailed it because he actually kind of looks like a high schooler. Like, so it was actually the first time that they kind of nailed that down. So if they're going to make him look more like Tom Holland, that means making them look younger. I don't know.
And it's also weird to me that they made a conscious decision to make him look more like Tom Holland when Into the Spider-Verse came out and kind of proved, hey, Peter Parker can look like a bunch of fucking... Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. Just like Galarian Slowking. I know you guys don't care about this, but Slowking, one of my favorite Pokemon. They did him or her right in this change.
What? I'm sorry, but what the fuck do you mean?
I like this design. I think this is a fun alt design for Slowking.
I mean, so...
It looks like Slowking has rotted.
Yes.
It's like moldy Slowking.
Yeah. I'm into it.
I don't care about Slowking or Pokemon, but like... I guess, hey, no, I'm going to take it back. If you like this, then... That's fine.
Hey.
I mean, I'm psychic Pokemon are my favorite type.
Mm-hmm.
So Slowking is definitely One of my raiding party when I do an all psychic run, which is one of my favorite things to do. Like, get a bunch of dual types that can handle, all the others, and then like look for certain moves that I can teach so that I can cover all my bases and everything. That is one of my favorite Pokemon runs of all time. Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. I think
Definitely weird.
Is this a fucking Parasite Puppet Master situation? It kind of looks like the Shelder has taken over the Slowpoke body.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm into it. It's fun.
It's just The Last of Us.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and you like that game, Andrew. Ergo, you should like this.
I do, but like part of the reason why that game is so good is because they made the clickers absolutely horrifying.
They made the monsters that have been psychically taken over by another organism horrendous. Like, just unlovable.
It's like one of the scariest things to me. So I'm going to chalk this down as I don't like it. But if you do, that's fine.
I mean, yes, this is also terrifying me, but in a way that I'm into. So I do like it.
There you
go. Take it away, Redberry.
So, I remember a couple months back, CD Projekt Red, when asked about the possibility of crunch, hitting their employees when they were making Cyberpunk, they were like, no, we pledge to not crunch our employees, and that's why we are going to continue to delay it until, we get it right,
wow,
basically.
That's really great of them. Awesome, showing solidarity, making change in the industry that they want to see. Awesome.
That's what I thought. Until it came out a couple days ago, they're like, yeah, we're going to have to crunch real hard in order to get it out in the middle of November. And everyone's like, wait, you said you wouldn't do that. And they're like, yeah. Like, what about the employees? Like, well, we're going to pay them.
We're not going to.
They're going to be compensated. They're going to get overtime. Don't you worry. Yeah, That's not the issue. That's not the issue at hand.
No, we're not going to commit a crime, but
yeah, it's pretty dumb.
Don't say you're not going to do a thing and then do it. Like, everyone, companies, human beings, fucking don't. They cannot.
I'm guessing it probably came down to one of those things where they were like, hey guys, we're going to have to delay the game again. And then some people in charge said, this game is quote unquote launching with the next generation or else.
Can you imagine dropping a PS4 game 5 months into the PS5
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's almost like inexcusable that they're launching Cyberpunk 27 on PlayStation 4 a week after PlayStation 5 comes out.
No, I was going...
and sure, you're going to be able to play on the PlayStation 5. It's probably still going to look good on the PlayStation 5. It'll perform pretty well. Yada, yada, yada. They'll, release a patch. They'll make it optimized later. Fine. But, that's also just dumb. That is a dumb thing. But now they have to crunch to do that.
I was going to say, yes, this is coming out with the next generation for the last one.
Yeah. And we've gone over that before about how stupid that is. And also, how it doesn't really matter all that much that it's coming out on, PlayStation 4. Because it's basically coming out for PlayStation, and it's coming out for Xbox. It's not coming out for either generation, with the idea is that you're going to buy this game to play it on your PlayStation 5. But still, that it is immensely stupid. But not as bad as them crunching their employees after making a huge point of look at all these guys crunching their employees. We wouldn't do that.
And if I recall correctly, that was kind of one of the things they said to cover up the fact that they had done an AMA on either 4chan or 8chan. Is that right? I think that timeline adds up.
I don't think that they were related.
Oh, okay.
I remember what you're talking about, like, where some, I don't know if it was a dev or just like one of their guys, and he was like, we're doing an AMA, and then he like said some like really shitty stuff. But and I don't think that those were related.
Okay.
I think it was like, we are delaying this game so that we don't have to crunch our employees because we don't want to do that because we're better than that, or some dumb shit like that. And then
Now we know they're not.
just yeah.
Steve Minecraft is in Super Smash Brothers.
John Minecraft.
It's Minecraft Steve.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Mr.
build
Minecraft,
blocks.
if you will.
It's going. Fucking Smash is going the Fortnite route. There's gonna be building now.
I can't wait for like Aquaman to hit Smash. Where you can watch Tenet in Smash.
I was thinking more of the building aspect, but yeah, maybe they're gonna go marketing, and yeah, it'll be just all Marvel shit.
I feel like Goku would show up before Aquaman, but what do I know?
They do a limited time Thanos event where he's just like the most overpowered character ever. He just kills everyone. And it's just like, hey, for 2 hours you can be Thanos. Yeah. It's kind of fun. I mean, I like Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's my childhood. They got Enderman,
Yeah.
and zombies, and Alex, who was a little after my time, but fair enough.
Good for Hatsune Miku, creator of Minecraft.
I feel like that's a reference I don't know, but I like it. Because Notch is a Nazi.
Yeah. Only other thing I have to say for this is that a little disappointed. Travis Touchdown apparently going to be a Mii Fighter skin in Super Smash Bros. But you know what? I'll take it. I appreciate that. Andrew, the next time we play online, I'm going to have that skin on a Mii Sword Fighter. So, fucking prepare for that.
Are you going to pay for it?
Oh, no, I'm in the Battle Pass already.
Ah.
So he already paid for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's free! That's what it means. Look, you can watch all these shows for free on Netflix.
I mean, like, present-day me, yes, this is free. Me from the past, though, put $25 into this.
You're one of those people that, like, every single second it's a new you. You have no relation to the you of the future and you of the past. I just like to live in the moment.
Every 7 years, the cells in your body are all new cells. You're a different person.
Except for brain cells.
Blah, those don't
Which are
count.
the most important cells in the whole body. Yeah.
And then, finishing up the video game section, 25% of Ubisoft employees experienced misconduct according to an internal survey.
Whoa.
That's fun. That's great.
Sounds about right.
Ah,
Honestly, kind of lower than I expected.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my understanding that this was one of those, here's a work email where you can evaluate your experiences at the company, and I know for a fact that people fucking lie on those because they say it's anonymous, but is it really?
No.
Yeah.
It's literally never anonymous.
Yeah, no,
Never, ever trust that.
I came to the conclusion that it was not anonymous a long time ago, but I refused to lie on the surface.
I'm in that group a little bit, yeah.
I just rip him apart on the surface.
I guess I like the company I work for maybe a little more, but like, yeah, I definitely am pretty honest, even though I know that my name's probably linked to it. But I guarantee that I've subconsciously pulled a punch, knowing that, like, it can absolutely be linked to me. So, yeah.
Yeah. That is all for news, unless somebody wants to slide something into TV, film, or other.
Slide into those TV, film, or other DMs.
Those TFOs.
TFO DM.
All right, nobody's sliding in there, which means we're going to the meme corner.
The memes.
Have y'all seen the too deep for most to understand painting meme?
I think so.
Here, I will... Hold on, I'm gonna copy the link.
Are you posting this on Facebook or in the Hangout?
I feel like
The Hangouts.
Okay.
or the planning doc.
Or the planning. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Well, I just assumed that you guys had seen it, so I didn't
I had not
post
no.
a link. So it's like a painting class. It's a cartoon that someone drew. It looks like it was posted on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Also looks like it was posted 2 years ago, and it's just coming back up now, which makes it even better. But it's like an art class, drawing on their canvases with like a nude model in the middle who is so disproportionately huge. Like she looks like she's 10 feet tall. And the person that you can see the perspective of is drawing a picture not of the nude model with the giant knockers,
I'm just out there.
of a woman who is also drawing behind her, and like drawing a picture of her, drawing on her canvas, and the caption "too deep for most to understand"
With 2 periods.
with 2 periods. Clearly one of those like, oh man, hashtag not all men are pigs. Like why can't girls like nice guys? That kind of stuff. And I've seen so many fucking good memes where the drawing is removed and it's just like some dumb shit drawn in there instead. Have you guys seriously not seen these?
No.
I have not seen the edits. I have seen this base meme though.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's some good stuff in here. I've seen some where instead of a drawing of the other art student, it's just like drawing of like giant cartoon boobs. Like drawings of like Trump doing like stupid shit. I don't know. Just it's like the perfect meme format because you can put anything on that canvas. It's like too deep for most to understand.
So, couple thoughts on this. One, is there a reason that the woman artist looks identical to the model?
It's just because someone probably drew it quickly and does not draw face shapes well.
Okay. And then what is the seemingly smaller canvas on the back of the canvas the guy is drawing?
I don't know.
Is this too deep for me to understand, Andrew?
The smaller canvas on the back canvas. What is happening? This is too deep.
Layers.
Oh, I'm guessing that what you're seeing is the stand of the canvas.
Okay.
He's drawing the back of the canvas, and that's the easel or
That
something.
looks different from any easel I've ever seen.
Or wait,
This
what
is-
am I thinking? Is an easel a canvas stand, or is an easel the paint?
No,
An
that's
easel's
right.
a canvas
I-
stand, but it's usually like the size of the canvas.
Right. You want that
not always.
stability.
I disagree. I think it is always. I've never seen an easel that was like tiny.
I have a tiny easel.
Could you milk me?
What?
That was a Meet the Parents reference. I don't know. It was the same energy. It was the same vibe.
I thought I was having a stroke.
No, you've seen Meet the Parents, right?
Yeah.
You saying I have a tiny easel was like Robert De Niro saying I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? Like, it was the same fucking energy. Absolutely, 100%. I am so happy that like people posting two things that are similar and saying that they're the same energy is a thing now because it explains so much of how my brain works. you saying that all smug because you were probably right was a great you fuck yourself.
And that's how.
I was so confused though.
And
I Google
I absolutely
imaged-
did not understand that reference. I was talking about an easel, and you're like, milk me.
I did not say milk me. I said, could you milk me?
What?
I said, could you milk me? I Google imaged easels, and yeah, they're all like pretty fucking big. Like they ain't no little tiny thing, because you gotta press down on the canvas. It's gotta support the whole thing.
And that's
Maybe
how
bro.
Could You Milk
I think
Me
you-
made the title list.
I think you need to take a picture of your easel and put it on Google Images so that from here on out, everyone can be like, look, easels can be small. Jesus Christ, who was that? That sounded like Siren Head was happening in your apartment.
When did Siren Head become a thing?
I don't know. The first time I ever saw Siren Head was in like a Fallout mod video.
Me as well.
Yeah. Is that where it originated, do you think?
I mean,
It's
for a
probably a
long time it was the
creepypasta,
only
right?
reference. Yeah, probably.
Siren
And maybe
Head.
we saw it there because we'd also seen other Fallout 4 mod videos. I don't know.
A fictional humanoid monster. Humanoid? That's a fucking stretch.
I mean, it has arms and legs.
Kind of, though. In 2018, by Canadian artist respectfully known as Trevor Henderson. Approximately 40 feet tall. Yeah, it doesn't really say. YouTubers such as Markiplier, PewDiePie, and Jacksepticeye made videos about the creature and its various media and unofficial video games.
I have never heard about this. I am looking into it now. This is like B tier Junji Ito. I can vibe with this. All right.
It's pretty unsettling.
Right.
And usually it's got like these creepy air raid sirens that are going, like shifting in and out of pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like... And as it's like wandering around, kind of lumbering.
Right.
So
I'm going to sample that for a beat and drop a track here in the next couple of weeks.
drop a diss track about small easels.
No, about Siren Head. Just,
Oh, you're gonna
just
diss
gonna
Siren
fucking
Head?
take him down.
That's
yeah,
a
I'm gonna
bold
take him down.
move.
I
Hey, bitch.
Come and find me, Siren Head, and
Yeah.
just bust down my wall and eats my soul or something.
Thing that finds humans. That's like your only purpose. Come find me.
What are you gonna do? Find me?
Man
found.
God damn it.
All right, that will take us into the breakouts.
Breaking in so we can break out, breaking in so we can break out, breaking in so we can break out, breaking out.
I can go off about Hades. Do we want me to do this now or after you guys have talked about your stuff?
I don't know if I have any stuff.
I'll just throw in real quickly that in a desperate attempt to, fill out the spreadsheet for the end of the year podcast of my 2020 top 10s, I started like making a list of like shows and movies that came out this year that I'm going to try to pack in. So I started watching Away, the first season of Away on Netflix because I heard it was okay. And it is okay. It's okay. There are some moments that are like really like interesting and you get invested in, and then sometimes just like I don't care. I will say that I am completely taken out of the show several times an episode because they have cell phones. They talk to people on the ground live, like on the phone and like FaceTime and shit, and they're like halfway between the moon and Mars. And they're like talking to each other live with no delay or anything. I'm like, why is this? This isn't possible.
I have not heard of this show. What's the setup?
It's basically like a small crew of astronauts from all over the world, taking like a 3-year mission to Mars, and they leave behind their families and shit. Mm-hmm. And so like, I would say 2/3 of the show, or maybe even half the show, is them on the rocket ship heading to Mars. And I assume probably the season will end with them getting to Mars because I know there's going to be a season 2. And then like the rest of it is like shit going on back home and mission control and their families, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And there's like the commander's an American woman, and then like the pilot is an Indian man, and then there's a black guy from England, and then a Russian man, and then a woman from China, and those are the 5 crew members. And so far, there's like a lot of stereotypes going on.
I just thought of the Funhouse video where they go to Mars. Did you ever see that, Andrew?
I don't know which one.
No, I think it was a Wheelhouse episode, and yeah, they have like all these characters and they're from like different countries, and like one of them's an American, so he's like the stereotypical like American douchebag, and like then there's like 2 women, and then there's like a Russian, and they keep like making the Russian guy do all the work, and eventually he like dies and shit, and the American guy is just like doesn't give a fuck, and he's just like driving around in the rover. I don't know. Anyway, bad reference apparently. Maybe I need to send you the link.
Does this show have any of the, and I'm hesitant to use this word, but kind of fun human isolation stuff in something like The Lighthouse?
Not so far. I think like it seems like they're gearing up for that. You know, tensions with the crew are rising, except like tensions with the crew were risen like to max level first episode. So there's not any of that like slow burn. It's just like, nobody trusts each other, and then like, you know, trying to work through that in the other episodes. I don't
know.
Like definitely there's like, you know, some of the isolation stuff, except a lot of that is cut out because they just call their families live on like FaceTime before they go to bed.
I mean,
and I guess I'm not able to do the math in my head of like how much of a delay there would be from like halfway between Earth and Mars, just talking on regular fucking cell phones. But I got to imagine it would be fairly significant.
No, it's a little bit of a bummer. I feel like that dynamic is and could, in this instance, be a lot of fun, where it's something like, wow, I fucking hate you, but we also have to fuck because somehow I hate you less than the 4 other people I'm trapped with in here. So, fucking get it on.
I mean, none of that yet.
Oh.
But we'll see.
Fair.
Go off.
Go off.
Go
Y'all ready?
off, fam. Go off, fam. I think I've already gotten a preview of this, but I'm ready for more.
Hades might be my game of the year 2020.
And I think you even said it should be everyone's.
Yes, it should be. It
You
is
took it that far.
fucking fantastic. I don't know if you guys have ever played roguelike games, or roguelite games, or whatever it's fucking called, but this is the best one of them. And at only a $25 buy-in on both Nintendo Switch and PC, there is no reason both of you shouldn't be playing it this exact moment.
That's right. This episode of the Voluntary Viewing podcast is brought to you by Hades. Hades, available now.
Usually I'd make the joke, Supergiant, give us money, but I like this game so much, I would just advertise it for them for free.
You could, hey, why don't you do your part in supporting Supergiant by buying me a copy of Hades?
Andrew, that might be your Christmas present.
Hey!
Not gonna lie, that might be your Christmas present.
Remember how I bought you a roguelite game for Switch that everyone liked and you never played it?
I played it a couple of times.
Oh, did you? I thought you never played it.
I played it a couple of times. It's fine. It's nothing compared to Hades, I'm sorry, but it's fine.
Oh, man. I put a lot of time and effort trying to figure out what the best thing to buy you was. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I really think that Dead Cells would be the perfect game for Lucas.
No, and that was the perfect game for me in like 2019, but Hades, I'm sorry, blows it out of the water. You got me a good gift, and that is how much better this game is than Dead Cells. If I can sell you guys on this, and I'm going to be paraphrasing a little bit, this game opens with Zagreus, the son of Hades, essentially
I'm
what?
No, kidding. I was making a joke. I wanted you to say, like, Zagreus, son of Hades. And I was like, I'm out.
Fuck you.
Nope.
Fuck you.
Pulling the release button.
Zagreus, son of Hades, approaching his dad and saying, "Hey, Dad, I don't want to run the family business someday. I want to go up to the surface and live my life." And then Hades' response is more or less, "Well, son, good news, bad news. Good news, I'm immortal, so you're never running this shit. Bad news, you're not going to the surface either. I need you to, like, stay here and fucking keep the underworld in order with me." And then he just basically says, "Fuck you, Dad." And then the entire game is you taking control of Zagreus, trying to escape from the underworld with the other Olympians and then other characters from Greek mythology, helping you out a little bit. It's great. There's so much charm, it is so much fun, and just a really technically and mechanically sound game. There is no better feeling in this game than stumbling into a combination of abilities and weapons that just lets you wreck shit. I love it. It is so addicting.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I cannot undersell this game. The fucking health items that you get are euros and fries because this is taking place in Greece.
Fries.
And Christopher
What?
Nolan's brother made it.
Maybe.
I feel like that's the equivalent.
Dude, this
Argu-
game's
an
so
argument.
good. You gain your health back by eating French fries and euros. In the underworld. Get it? It's Greece.
Yeah, we need the clap emoji between each word. You eat
You
euros
eat
and
euros
fries
and
to
fries.
regain health.
There are so many great little touches in this game. Fucking Achilles is Zagreus' mentor, and he's cool, but also clearly very upset that his name is now synonymous with weakness. Oh, I love it.
I heard that this game was like also kind of a dating simulator.
Oh yes, yeah. Every character in this game has.
I feel like it's a weird combo, but okay.
It works really well. Every character in this game definitely has a sexual edge to them, but they're also confident and assured that it never really gets weird. And yeah, you give the characters gifts, and then you get better abilities that you can equip. Dionysus might be my favorite. Dionysus is peak fucking older frat boy cousin who is not maybe treating himself the best, but also a lot of fun to be around. I love him.
Fertility and wine. Fucking and drinking.
The one line,
Kind of life.
the one line of dialogue I got that is still sending me. I bought him at a shop. I bought the ability. I bought one of his abilities at a shop in the game, and every time you get like a benefit from a god or another figure in the game, they give you a little voice clip kind of explaining it. And when you buy Dionysus at a shop, at least the first time, he says something to the effect of, "Zag, my man, thank you so much for picking up the check this time. I cannot spot you, but I can hook you up with one of these bad boys." And it's so good, guys. You need to check it out. I need more people in my life who I can talk to about this game.
Yeah.
Well, I already told you that I thought that this game looked super interesting and not really the kind of game that I usually go in for, but heard a lot of good stuff about it, and you may have sold me.
Andrew, if there is any of middle school you left in you, I feel like you would really enjoy the fucking lore.
There is no middle school Andrew left.
You would enjoy
Middle
the
school
lore.
Andrew died a long time ago.
The lore and world building of this game.
My hair is getting super long again because of quarantine. And middle school Andrew comes back.
Middle school Andrew never left, Andrew. He was always there in the shadows. Whenever someone told a dick joke, or he was there. or made a reference to Hades, apparently.
All right. You checking out anything, Ryan?
No! Other than Fall Guys.
Oh!
It's been fun.
Hey.
And Rocket League. I've been playing
Oh!
Rocket League now that it's free to play with Jesus and Ian. It's been very fun.
Hell yeah.
Been having a good time. Been
Rocket League is
trying
free to play now?
Yeah.
That is one of those video games that has gotten so big that is just huge within its own bubble, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I always really liked it. I always thought it was fun. It was always like a good, just casual, like, I don't know, I just feel like playing some Rocket League. But with friends, it's very fun. And it's also fun to carry in lobbies that are, like, beneath me. Like, where I'm carrying two literal beginners who have never touched the game before. So the game puts us with, like, really bad players, but there's, slightly better than beginners. So I get to just be a god and try to win the game single-handedly. But Ian's developed very quickly. So, yeah, it's a fun time. That's my mummy.
And I'm sure we are going to have a fun time talking about episode 7 of season 2 of The Boys in the group chat. Black Noir has a tree nut allergy, you guys.
Is he dead?
He's not dead. There's no way he's dead.
I didn't think so, but...
Yeah. 0% chance. I think Maeve, like, on purpose only kicked it so far away and didn't, like, take it because she wanted just to, give Starlight a chance to escape versus actively killing him. So, yeah. I don't think he's dead. I think that they would have shown his death more on screen or made it more brutal if he was going to die.
He is probably dead the next time he runs into the boys, because then they can just fucking, I don't know, throw coconuts at him until he dies.
Yeah. Also, finally, a fucking weakness that isn't blackmail. Jesus Christ.
Right?
There was even more blackmail. They can't stop. They've got a goddamn addiction to blackmail.
Although I will...
I mean, it's just their get out of jail free card. That's the...
So
all
dumb.
right, how do we progress the plot? Blackmail.
Like, blackmail works, but blackmail is a high-risk, high-reward thing.
It can only go so far.
Yeah, a group of people would not be able to pull off, like, consecutive blackmails for a decade without, like, ever dying.
Also,
one time
like,
they die.
Well, yeah, like, the whole, like, Lamplighter arc, like, all of that shit was because they tried to blackmail and it didn't fucking work.
Also, the arc ended up being totally pointless.
Right?
Yeah, like, that was so dumb. Like, what was the point of all of that shit? They built up this character, which he was a completely different character in the second episode.
Yeah, that's fair.
And he just toasted himself.
Yeah, no, it was literally, it had no function. His function was to free Starlight, but Starlight, like, that whole plot was developed within that episode. It was self-contained. So literally, what was the point? Like,
And, like, he volunteered to take Huey into, like, the new, or, like, into the tower because of Starlight so that he could kill himself. When he could have just gone and done that on his own.
well, he didn't know that.
But why? Why would he take?
Because he wanted to
Why
do
would
it
he
in front
take
of his
Huey there just to
statue,
kill himself when he could have
Andrew.
just killed himself before? What?
He wanted to do it in front of the statue.
So he could be like, yeah, I made my dad proud at one point. This episode is just about dads. Was that not made clear?
You
There
know,
was a lot of dads.
I get it. It was a little heavy-handed.
More than a little, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're like, this is how Billy turned out so bad because his dad wasn't nice to him. And they're like, oh, how did Homelander turn out so bad? Turns out his dad wasn't nice to him.
Nice to him.
And then he's like, oh, maybe we're not so different.
He used to be.
I mean, did you guys catch the Lord of the Rings?
What?
That was fucking Denethor from Lord of the Rings. The guy that, like, thinks that his son is dead and pours oil over himself and then gets lit on fire and runs through, runs to his death off of the Minas Tirith Tower in Gondor.
Oh. Huh.
And then Carl Urban played Eomer, who was also in, like, they had a scene together. I don't know.
Oh,
I was really
Vogelbaum.
goofy.
Vogelbaum was the same guy that played.
No,
Denethor?
Carl
Oh.
Urban's dad.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah. The guy who played Billy Butcher's dad was Denethor, aka
I
the
thought
guy
you were
that
saying that there was like a
No,
reference
sorry.
to Lord of the Rings.
No. Well, I mean, there kind of is, because they cast another Lord of the Rings actor. I mean, sure, it could have been completely random, but, like, I don't know, Carl Urban and him worked together in that old movie, and now...
Shit, no,
Back
okay, no, this is connecting,
reunited.
actually. Yes, I remember this. The little bit of Lord of the Rings I have seen is this part, yeah.
Oh no. I'm so sad now.
I
I always forget that Lucas doesn't watch Lord of the Rings.
Wait, who does Carl Urban play in Lord of the Rings?
Eomer.
Really?
The son of the king of fucking the
Holy
Rohan.
shit!
The Riders
You're
of
right.
Rohan. Yeah. He wears a
Motherfucker.
blonde wig, but yeah. That's
Okay.
him. So, yeah, man.
Man, I guess that was 17 years ago.
It was a long time ago. I mean, I didn't watch it 17 years ago. I don't know about y'all. But, yeah. So, I don't know. That was just a cool little fun, like, oh my god! The minute I saw him, I was like, fuck me! That's Denethor! Holy shit, dude!
they have Denethor money? Ah, it's Amazon. Of course they have Denethor money.
Yeah, it's Amazon. They could afford fucking Brad Pitt to be his dad.
Oh, those
fuck?
numbers I don't think would crunch, but okay.
Yeah, Jeff
Man.
Bezos is like, I guess I can't afford my lunch today. I have to pay Brad Pitt to be in my TV show.
God damn it.
I assume he just eats gold.
Like bricks of gold.
Yeah, not even gold flakes. He just...
Yeah.
He had his teeth replaced with diamonds so that they could cut through the gold.
It
Gold's
is
actually very soft.
it is softer than people
Yeah.
expect, yeah.
But your
you
teeth...
can bite gold. No, you
Yeah,
can.
no, you can bite it, but you can't bite it all the way through like a fucking piece of pound cake.
Jeff Bezos can.
It wouldn't be very pleasant, but I bet you if you worked at it, you could bite off a piece.
Oh no, okay, so he ate gold for so long, his teeth just got worn down and then had to have them replaced with diamonds.
Yeah. Just a bunch of like fucking massive engagement ring diamonds.
I don't trust banks. I keep all my wealth in my mouth.
Jesus.
So we touched on this, but yeah, Eagle Archer is all out of the cult, and the Deep is pretty deep in the Kool-Aid with the cult.
Whoa.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Explain it.
So being deep in the Kool-Aid is a reference to, I forget the name of the cult, but they famously committed mass suicide by drinking poisoned. It wasn't even Kool-Aid, actually, now that I think about it.
It was
It was like
Flavor Aid.
yes, Flavor Aid.
Yeah, Jonestown.
Jones. Yep, thank you, Ryan.
After they
Yeah,
killed an
no, I'm
American
with you.
congressman.
I'm with you. What's the rest of it?
Well, the Deep's name is the Deep, so it fits into that expression. Yeah.
I'll figure it out later.
Also, you know what? I'm with you guys in that the show relies on blackmail too much, but I kind of think that maybe they're going to get away from it because my hot take, Eagle Archer's blackmail, not even blackmail, really. He was having slightly kinky sex with his wife. That's whatever. Okay.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about the fucking exploding heads.
Oh, we're going
Yeah,
right to that?
that
The
was-
crux of the episode.
So Jade picked this episode of The Boys to watch with me. She's
I
like,
don't
I'm
think
kind
that
of
was
invested.
that brutal. I don't know about you guys.
I
Like, in
thought that
comparison.
final scene was pretty brutal.
It was.
I don't know. In comparison with like some of the other shit that's gone on.
It was
No,
shocking.
I wouldn't
but
say
not
it was
brutal.
the most like. There was other scenes that were more like emotionally brutal because of like how cruel they were.
It was too
This-
cartoonish.
Yeah, this was just gory and unsettling.
I
I don't
fucking
think it was even unsettling. Someone on Reddit put it to yakety sax, and it kind of worked.
fucking
Just heads exploding.
fucking Homelander just looking around.
He was looking for someone to laser. That's my
You
theory.
think
he
I
was-
don't know. There was a
He was looking for the culprit.
there was a
I don't think he. I think
passiveness
he
to
was
it.
just like very confused.
Yeah.
Oh, he was definitely confused, but I think he was just like ready to like, oh, I'll just laser this person who's doing this, and then he just couldn't find anyone, so he was just casually like, I guess I don't really care that much. I'll just keep looking around.
So
Oh well.
I'm guessing that introducing the character, and we argued about this, but I believe the character's name is Sophie in the preview episode, is a misdirect, and that it is the cult behind these.
There's two working theories, I think. One of them is the cult, the Church of the Collective, because
they killed the other fast superhero.
Yeah,
Right.
they killed
Shockwave.
Oh my god. Shockwave, yeah. They killed him, and he was the only soup to die. Or it's Stan Edgar.
Oh.
That's his superpower, and why he's not afraid of Homelander at all.
Because he can just demolish anybody.
He can flip the kill switch. Which is definitely a pretty good superpower when you think about it.
I've been thinking about this for a while, and especially considering that, Vought was started by a Nazi, and the Nazi's living wife is also very much a Nazi, how a black man ended up running it, and there being no drama there, apparently. That, him just having that in the back pocket could be an explanation for that.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, because
Did they say how Vought died?
I don't believe so.
Because, I mean...
Ooh.
Pop goes the weasel. I don't know. Very possible.
Yeah. But yeah, like, they made a point of, like, showing that, like, Stormfront is, at least in some capacity, working directly for Stan Edgar.
Right.
And I don't think her Nazi tendencies would be cool with that unless she was kind of, like, pressed into it for some reason. Which, having the ability to just end her at any moment is fairly good reason to do that.
My only pushback on the Edgar theory was that I don't think he himself would go to that meeting between the boys and that FBI lady, but
I mean, he could just do it through his fucking mind.
Yeah,
we
who
don't
knows
know.
how-
Okay.
how
I mean,
the
like, he
power
could
works.
maybe he can just look through a camera and do it.
I mean, he wasn't physically there, and that is, I think, one of the most compelling pieces of evidence for why it's him, is that he wasn't in the room, and for a meeting of literally, like, what could be the death of his corporation, for him to not be present is pretty insane. So, yeah.
Or, I mean, another thing could be that, it was the cult that was doing it, and the reason he wasn't there is because the cult leader said that he just talked to Stan Edgar, and maybe they worked something out of, like, we'll get those other guys back into the 7, but you have to do something for me first. Kill everyone at this meeting.
So the senator's secretary got exploded, but she did not. Do you think that was intentional, or is this an aiming thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know how the rules work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also one of those things like, why did Raina, or is it Rainer or Raina? I think it's Rainer.
No, I think it's
Like,
Rainer.
why did-
They're speaking to her last name.
Like, why did she have her head blown off her shoulders, but the boys didn't?
Yeah.
Like, what was the purpose there?
We will see. I loved... There were two of those, like, tiny moments that we talk about are, like, some of our favorite parts of the show. Like, Black Noir sitting down and playing the piano and shit. Billy Butcher driving through Vogelbaum's lawn. Just, like,
That was good.
in character.
That was really good character writing, yeah.
Such a good choice of just, like... he would absolutely not be fucking bothered with turning the steering wheel when he can just go straight. That was pretty gold. And then the Deep checking his own head to make sure that he wasn't gonna explode.
I laughed in the middle of this, like, gruesome murder scene. I laughed so hard when I saw him just kind of, like, look around for a little bit and, like, feel his own head. He's like, am I gonna blow up?
He gives these little taps to his head, just like, all good? Like,
I mean, honestly, fair. Like, the Deep, I have very mixed feelings about what the show is doing with him, but, like, relatable.
He's really good comedic relief.
yeah.
We didn't even talk about the cold open yet.
Yeah. Fat Neil.
Yeah, good for him getting work.
Community.
Is that who that was?
Yeah. From the Dungeons and Dragons episode. He was going to kill himself, and then they played Dungeons and Dragons with him to save his life. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh, from Community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The TV show
I have
Community.
not. I have not seen that much Community compared to you guys.
Oh, Andrew.
Yeah.
You must.
It's all on Netflix, man.
And Hulu.
I'm trying to catch
everything.
up for 2020, man.
Oh,
I've consumed exactly like 4 movies, 5 TV shows, and like half a dozen video games from this year.
I don't know. That scene definitely got like just the post 9/11 mentality across, even if I think mechanically how that stuff played out in real life is kind of different, but
I mean, they had to montage it, but yeah, it's like, how do people get radicalized into the alt-right? This is one of the ways.
all right.
I've always said that about like white nationalism and like just general, like, if you think that your race is superior to others, it's literally like that's the thing that you're taking pride in, like this thing that is not like
Because they oftentimes don't have anything else.
Exactly. They have literally nothing else going on in their life. So if they can build it up that they're special for something that is not special,
Right.
like then they in their head have something going for them.
I don't.
So yeah, like if I think it perfectly portrayed the just like monotony of like being radicalized piece by piece.
I don't know if this totally sold the white nationalist element of this enough, but
Really?
I mean,
Okay.
this
was
show
rather
has...
blatant.
Yeah, if the first season was about, like, cops and corporatism, this season, more than anything else, is, like, so clearly, like, take a look at what's going around, you guys. Fucking neo-Nazism and
Okay.
alt-right people and shit. Like, this
Okay.
is what they're doing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it an allegory. It's kind of just like putting a costume on shit that's going on right now.
a superhero costume?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And
Or
even
super
him like
villain.
and even when he is out in public, like at the store, and he sees the NNC broadcast, and he's like clearly like, tuning it out in his head and not actually giving it any worth, like
Okay.
because all of his home life is Vought News, so
No.
all he thinks of is like, this is my worldview. And when he's exposed to anything else, he's like, no, that stuff's not even true. That's all false information.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
yeah, I thought it was a nice little vignette, and I do hope it has like more consequences than just like a one-off. Them going like, yeah, that was a tragedy. That's it. But supervillains, they're still real.
Absolutely. Super terrorists.
Both.
Thoughts and
Porque no
prayers.
los dos. Yeah, thoughts and prayers.
Oh,
Oh yeah, another thing is that on Reddit people want to refer to it as the head wedding, which is pretty good.
Hey.
It was rather unexpected. I don't know about you guys. I had
yeah.
kind of forgotten about the whole head exploder being a thing. And then
Yeah, I was kind of...
Yeah.
Well, because I thought that they had kind of solved that with Sophie, but it never really sat well with me because
Right.
why would she, like, allow herself to be controlled? Like, she's clearly, 1, not out in the open, and 2, like, not okay with, being with these people, so she wouldn't really work for them. So, like, I got kind of confused. I'm like, oh, okay, she just makes people explode with her mind. She must have been the head exploder.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
Yeah.
I would put money on the head exploder character, whoever that ends up being killed by Sophie.
I don't know.
No, she just, like, shows up and
You know what?
turns them into mist.
How many episodes do we have left this season? 3?
One.
1? Oh, okay.
one.
Never mind then.
Literally one.
Never mind.
Do you think the head exploder is going to be resolved at the end of the season? I feel like it might not.
They might. If it's not resolved, I think that they will reveal who it is.
Okay.
It might
I do.
be like
I feel
Yeah.
like Stormfront will be resolved at the end of this season. I don't think she's going to last through this finale, but I
don't know.
don't.
I think that they're setting her up to be like an important part of the show. I mean, I guess that she can still die.
She
and,
was.
like,
She
be
was
an
this
important-
whole season.
Yeah,
She was
I
literally
guess.
like the main focus of villainy in this season.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's gone. Or in my head, she's basically gone. It'd be a pretty good arc.
Speaking of Homelander and Stormfront taking things way too fast, and they have a kid now.
God damn it. I'm glad that Becca's not dead yet. Like,
Right.
I definitely was like, I know where this is going. Like, why do they need her anymore? And yeah, you know, kids are emotional, and like he's gonna be like, I need to see my mom. Like, so, but pretty wild.
Yeah.
And like, also, yeah, she did like lie to him a lot.
Yeah.
For a long time, and like it sounds like she had a lot of input into how he would be raised, and
Right.
was definitely like shielding him from a lot of the world intentionally. So not that Homelander and Stormfront are gonna be
No.
an
Good
applicable
parents, no.
replacement, but like there was
Because
a
they're
grain of
Nazis.
truth. There was a grain of truth in him saying like, he could end up like me, like shocked and confused by the real world, and that's a problem. Like, I do think that she's right when she says that there is a part of you that like loves and cares for him, you know,
Right.
and just wants the best for him. That part is not always active.
No,
And it was clearly like this most recent endeavor to be a father was just because Stormfront was like, I kind of want a kid. So
Yeah.
I just got
Well,
one
it was
lying
also
around.
like
I
they kind of.
I got kids. Oh, you want a kid? Oh,
I got plenty of those.
Way ahead of that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm 10 years ahead of you.
Yeah. Oh, you want a kid? Well, if I got a surprise for you. But it's like they tried for like literally 5 seconds to like kind of humanize Homelander and be like, look, like I get what you're doing by raising him this way, but like it's not going to work. He's going to turn out like me. Now let me have him so I can turn him out exactly like me.
He is correct in this situation,
Yeah.
but for the absolute worst wrong reasons.
He doesn't know how to like be a normal person or how to express any emotions at all. So yeah, like he can be right and then immediately be unbelievably wrong. Like that
But
is
like
absolutely
he wasn't
like
taking
in character.
he wasn't taking him away to like try to give him a normal life and like make him a good person. Or he's taking him away so that he can help him rule the earth.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's literally he can be right and saying that like you're making some mistakes here and I'm a little worried about that. And then immediately be like, but also like lols, like let's fuck him up in a different way. Like
Yeah, son,
that seems to be very in character.
you see these normies, not actually people. Don't worry about them.
Literally, they're robots.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Oh.
Jesus, that was foreboding.
Oh boy.
Andrew does that, and I always just slink away. And
Right.
Mute myself. Andrew always makes it like a fucking thing. Terrifying. Yeah.
I don't know, just fucking go to it. Yeah, and then the other big thing to come out of this episode is that Maeve and her girlfriend break up, and like I'm not really into the story arc. I feel like even if it's making a pretty good point about how corporations handle LGBTQ issues, like within the narrative of the show, they're breaking up because of some really problematic tropes, in my opinion. But that's me.
Which ones in particular are you thinking of?
I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of stories where one queer character will say to their partner, why aren't you out publicly? Why aren't you out to your family? Are you ashamed of me? Or something, kind of guilting them into it like that, which lines up with the situation in a lot of ways, I think. And then once they do that and then go through the process, the partner bails because the consequences of that are more than what they signed up for or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
guess.
but that's also like a very real problem.
I don't necessarily agree with either of you. I mean, I think that they're definitely breaking up because she's done some really dark shit. Like,
Okay.
Oh yeah,
as a
like
superhero,
they're not
right?
breaking up because of like how things are going with her on the gay front. It's because she found out that her girlfriend has had a hand in killing a lot of people.
Yeah, and she even mentions it. It's not just the plane. Like it's the untold hundreds of people, like other casualties throughout your superhero career, and like that you've basically done the same thing for. So
Okay, now I will admit that maybe I'm reacting to this on more of like an emotional level than a critical level, because that's one of my personal biggest fears, that what if I have relationships just crumble because people get to know me more?
Jesus. I think that's everyone's, right? Everyone, yeah, when she says, this is the real me or whatever, like, yeah.
Ooh, nope, not into it.
That's I think that everyone has that, what's it called? Self-doubt, I guess. I don't know. Just being very conscious about that sort of thing. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's, like one of those things that you just assume everyone's like, and some people are like, nah, pretty chill with it.
What do you think was the conversation that got that very stoned male model into Maeve's bed?
This isn't lesbian. What are you doing?
It's so in character for Ashley, too.
Oh, yeah.
And then her robotic, like, I'm sorry. Like, oh my god. This isn't lesbian. How many fucking times are they gonna have to say she's bi?
I curated the coming out story of lesbianism that everyone in this country loved. What
second
are you
most
doing?
popular lesbian couple.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Yeah. I don't know. It was. I don't hate it.
Okay.
It's not my favorite storyline, but I feel like if it leads to Maeve becoming more of like an active participant in the goings on of like the war between Vought and the boys, and
Or she might die.
yeah, no, absolutely,
she does
totally a possibility. But that's involved.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
That's involvement.
I don't know. The her deciding not to go with Annie after saving her from Black Noir, that to me makes her seem like she's kind of checked out from the situation and doesn't really care about the consequences anymore. But we'll see.
That's still involved.
Fair.
Like all you guys are saying, she might not be involved for long, which I don't disagree with. But
All right.
she's now definitely a little bit more in the fold, which I appreciate. It felt like she was like a side plot with the Deep and Homelander for a long time.
Right.
And now to like just kind of be more involved in like the main story arc again, which I feel like she was in the first season, but not as much in this season so far. But maybe there'll be a grand conclusion.
Oh, we also know that Black Noir's face is kind of fucked up. So.
And he's played by a black actor.
Oh.
So Black Noir is black confirmed.
Neat.
Yeah.
Do we?
There was apparently a bunch of comic book readers that were like really weirded out by that.
Can I tell you guys the comic book spoiler that relates to Black Noir, or are we still too fresh? Okay.
I would say no.
I'll lay off.
I don't think so, especially because I don't think he's dead.
Okay. Cool. Have that in the chamber when we need it, though.
Yeah, I got a little doozy in the chamber. For things
If Black Noir is dead, though, I can totally see Homelander just walking through like, oh, what the fuck happened here? And then like Black Noir is dead on the floor, like, aw, Black Noir, buddy.
Buddy, yeah, I was about to say buddy. Aw, buddy, no.
Was Black Noir not credited up until this episode?
I don't think so. No, yeah.
Oh.
I think when they pulled up when Maeve pulled up his mask, they confirmed like the actor who was like the stuntman, who played him, because he obviously doesn't have any lines or anything.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say it like that. That deserves to be on somebody's resume.
right.
Yeah. Although I guess they could just swap out the actor. Like, all right, we need Black Noir to play piano in this scene. Who's 6'2" and can play piano? Get in there.
That sounds like a girl's Tinder bio.
Who's
6'2" and can play piano? Get in there.
I cannot, but boy, do I have a guy on my floor freshman year of college. You would love him.
Oh, I thought you were saying Black Noir was your piano guy. I'm 6'2" and Black Noir can play piano.
Oh my god, all the porn shit, the superhero porn parody shit. Big
Which,
Black
of
Noir
course.
running A Train on Starlight.
Which absolutely, of course, right? Like,
Yeah.
how did no one ever think that? Yes, there would absolutely be porn parodies
Although
of superheroes.
that does get to a question of the world building of this, which I feel like might break down under scrutiny, which is not why I'm going to scrutinize it so much. Did 9/11 happen in this universe?
I did know this at one point, and I've forgotten.
Because one of those memes with Homelander was like better there than here, and had the towers being destroyed, but like, did the superheroes let 9/11 happen?
I feel like
I guess, yeah.
I feel like the wars in the Middle East are still happening in this
yeah.
in this universe.
So yeah,
like,
the superheroes must have let it happen, though. You're
Yeah.
totally right, Lucas. Like, they were scrambling jets, so like the government was aware that there was a threat. Superheroes absolutely should have intervened and fucking easily like eliminated the threat. Interesting. Maybe that'll be a flashback.
And then, yeah, only other thing to happen this episode that I think we haven't noted yet. Annie's relationship with her mom continues to be one that does not benefit her.
Yeah, I don't know. I did not like the Annie plot, honestly,
Yeah.
this episode. It was so contained and like just felt like filler. There was no she literally just got captured and then released. There was no consequences whatsoever other than Starlight is now a terrorist. But like
She's
that was
a
probably
boy.
already known. Yeah. I did see one really funny meme that was like people who want to binge season 2 of The Boys versus the like weekly releases, and then it was from the porn parody I want all of them in at the same time. That was
which
pretty fucking
superhero was that supposed to be?
it was one that I don't think. Yeah, Jack from Jupiter is what it's from. I think they mentioned him once in the show, and he's like in the comics.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What's his... I'm going to look up his power quick to see if that that narrative holds.
It's making his asshole really big.
You gotta be maybe a little careful that you're gonna get some spoilers. Yeah.
Jack from Jupiter. This is on Comic Wiki. Powers and abilities. Oh, just flight and superhuman strength.
Ew.
So, like,
Basic shit.
well, I don't...
No bitch ass. Ain't got nothing. Oh, were you guys like a little terrified by Black Noir just going full ham, like on fucking Starlight?
Oh
yeah, he is...
He is fucking something. Like he's an
Super
absolute
strong.
unit. Yeah.
Tree nut allergy, a little bit of a handicap, but outside of that...
We've seen a lot of like super strength based characters, but I think his like combat style was very fucking violent.
Yeah,
Just, like, Jesus
his
Christ.
like he's Queen Maeve if Queen Maeve was Jason Bourne.
Yeah, exactly. Like it feels like he would beat other super strength characters because of he's kind of like Batman. Like
Yeah.
if Batman had super strength, he'd be unbelievable.
He also... It's become clear that he is the guy Vought relies on to do important shit. So I think just him giving more of a fuck than anybody else around him is a part of what makes him, so much more dangerous than everyone else.
Yeah, he's definitely no nonsense, and I think that's what they appreciate. He doesn't give him any lip. Literally. Also, there was a moment earlier when he was talking to the tech to try to locate Billy Butcher, and she was like eating an almond joy, and she offered it to him, and he just like, held up the trash can. And no one, you wouldn't think anything of it at the time, but yeah, now looking back on it, you're like, whoa,
Hey!
he wasn't being a dick. He's just definitely allergic to that.
God. Foreshadowing. What a concept. I love it.
And yeah, when him and Annie and Huey were talking outside the hotel, and she got an almond joy, and he was like, "Almond joys, it's like the worst." So yeah,
Product placement.
yeah. I mean, exactly. That's the real reason, but like, it's also kind of fun that the writers kept a little bit of a gag going for it.
Also, I know what I just said could have come off as facetious, but no, that's genuinely, like, I enjoy that writing. I enjoy how considered this show is, and maybe that should be the baseline, but I still appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, unless we have some closing thoughts, I say we do a clap sync and then move on to the posthumous post roll. Have we done that yet?
Let's do it.
All right.
So.
I think we've done that one.
Fuck. All right, we gotta scrap this whole podcast now.
No such
Burn
thing as
it.
an original idea.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for listening to episode 115 of the Voluntary Viewing Podcast. If you like what you heard, like, comment, subscribe, leave a rating, etc., depending on what platform you're listening to this on. If you're feeling a bit more generous, you can check out our Patreon, link in the description, and subscribe to one of our terrific tiers and join the likes of Tiffany Cole, Sensual Richard Nixon, and Sucky Badger. Otherwise, be sure to follow us on Twitter at V2_podcast. Send us an email with your questions and business opportunities, voluntaryviewing@gmail.com. Or you can follow us on Instagram now. Andrew, what's that handle?
Voluntary Viewing.
What do we got on there?
We got short clips highlighting some of our best work on the podcast, and that's saying something.
And last but not least, you can check me out on Twitter, if you're cool enough, at Lucas the Writer. I think that's it. We nailed it. Tight podcast,
Nailed
we
it.
pulled it off.
Yeah. What do we do now? I don't know what to do with my hands. We were so efficient.
You could click stop recording.
Is that what we can do with our hands?
It is something you could do with your hands.
I think I'm going to do that then. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for coming out.
Appreciate it.
Bye.